Welcome students of class 11. Um, we are discussing on the topic that is thermodynamics. Today is the part 2 on the chapter. On the previous day we have discussed on the different system, and that is open system, closed system, etc. And we know the definition of these. Now in today's part we will discuss on the different topics, that is first of all what is internal energy, and second one that is the first law of thermodynamics, and the next one is what is the state function and path dependent function. So first, that is internal energy. Internal energy in thermodynamics, internal energy is represented by capital U. Capital U is the representation of the internal energy. Now, internal energy is the energy within the molecule or within the system for which a system undergoes a change. For example, if a reaction occurs, that is when carbon reacts with oxygen to produce carbon dioxide gas plus heat. So it is the energy of the molecule or the system itself for which the heat energy or the production of carbon dioxide is done. Now, if we undergo this change by two-step way, that is, first of all, it is the production of C plus half of O2, that is CO, and second step CO plus half of O2, that is CO2. And if it is the change in UA and it is the UB, then the overall change, that is UA plus UB. It is the change in internal energy of the system. So internal energy is the energy of the molecule itself, and it is the summation of all kinds of energy, that is chemical, mechanical, etc. So internal energy is the summation of all kinds of energy within the molecule. It may be chemical, mechanical, etc. Now the internal energy changes by some parameters. That is, first of all, when heat is changes, that is, the system undergoes the absorption of heat or the liberation of heat by certain cause, then it undergoes change in the internal energy. So first of all, it is the change in heat content. It is ultimately causes to the change in internal energy. Second one, change in composition. What is the change in composition? That is, if matter enters to the system or get out from the system. And third one is when heat is passes, and the third one is when work done on the system. These three are the causes to change in internal energy. Change in internal energy. What are the? First of all, that is change in heat content, change in composition, and work done on the system. Now when work done on the system, then it is as plus or plus W, and when work done by the system, it is minus W. When heat absorbed by the system, it is plus Q, and when heat is evolved from the system, it is minus Q. So this is the thermodynamic representation or sign on the thermodynamic parameter. These are the three are the reason of change in internal energy. Next point, what is state function and path function? State function and path function. So first of all, state function. Now the thermodynamic parameter, different thermodynamic parameters are there, that is pressure, temperature, volume, and when the change in these parameters can be done only at the initial state and the final state. So when we calculate the change in these parameters, that is thermodynamic parameters, only by the initial state and final state, then it is known as state function. So when the initial and final state is enough to calculate the change in these parameters, that is pressure, temperature, internal energy, entropy, enthalpy, gives free energy, this is known as state function. And when this the final state and the initial state is not sufficient to calculate the change in these parameters, is known as a path function or path dependent function. So in the short term, it is path function. Now we may take one example, that is state function. So volume, pressure, temperature, internal energy, gives free energy, enthalpy, entropy, etc. G, H, S are the thermodynamic parameters. G is gives free energy, H is the enthalpy, S is the entropy. And path function, that is W, Q, Q that means heat, the W that is work done. These are the path functions. Now how internal energy is a state function. Now internal energy, just take the example C plus O2, that is CO2 plus heat. This is 1. And C plus half of O2, that is CO, and CO plus half of O2, that is CO2. This is 2. Now in the first reaction, there is the internal energy change is U1. Internal energy change is U1. In the second step, here is U2 and it is U3. Now it is found from the conservation of energy that U1, and it is also proved that U1 equal to U2 plus U3. So the change in the internal energy is same everywhere. We may take another one example, that is suppose in a closed container, in a closed system, there is certain volume or certain mass of water taken. Now we want to increase the temperature by increasing the heat content or as by the work done. Work done on the system may increase the temperature by giving it the heat. So the heat is done by the two way, that is one by paddling, that is given by the or done by the Joule experiment, and another one by that such in immersion rod, that is electrical energy, and another one is mechanical energy. Now at last, when 1 kilojoule of work is done on the system, and when the temperature is calculated, that is T1 and T2, that is the initial and T final, then we see that the temperature is same in both the cases. So from there it is proved that it is only the dependent on the parameters or change on the heat content. So by this way it is the state function. Next one is the difference between state function and path function. So state function only depends on the initial and final state, and path function depends on the path. It requires only the condition on initial and final step, that is it is easy to integrate, and path function, the calculation of path dependent parameter is small integrals or it is difficult to integrate. And third one is multiple step result the same value. We can prove it by using these experiments, that is Joule experiments. The multiple steps results the same value, and here multiple step results different value. Now for the third point, that is multiple steps result same value, there may be another one experiment that a certain volume of water is taken, and we want to increase the temperature from 0 degree to 50 degree. Now we may change the temperature by using two-way methods, that is by stepwise method, that is 0 degree to a certain degree, that is 15, 15 to 30, 30 to 50 in this manner, or by the 0 degree to 50 degree in the direct method. So in the both the cases the heat required is the same. It is the process, that is the multiple step results the same, but for the path dependent function the work done is different in different path. Next one is the relation between the heat and work. If a system works or a heat is given on the system, then it works to a certain amount. So heat and work are interchangeable, and W is equal to J into Q. J is the Joule constant and Q is the heat and W is the work done. So by this equation we can easily relate the work done and heat on any system. So it is the mathematical relation between heat and work. It is also the Joule's rule regarding this experiment. Now when system absorb heat, it is that is the plus Q, and when system release heat, it is the minus Q. And when work done on the system is known as or is represented as plus W, and work is done from the system to the surrounding is represented as minus W. Now next point, that is what is the first law of thermodynamics. Now first law of thermodynamics is basically from the Clausius rules, that is it is another term, it is the conservation of energy. We know that energy cannot be created nor destroyed, it is interchangeable only. So any kind of energy can be interchangeable to the another one, and there is no loss or gain in the energy. Now suppose take a system, or that is take a closed system. So the points is first law of thermodynamics, it is basically the conservation of energy. First law of thermodynamics. Now take a closed system. Definition of closed system is that here no exchange of matter is possible, but exchange of energy is possible in the closed system. Now here the initial state, the system having the initial state internal energy is equal to UA, and there are some heat is absorbed from the surrounding to the system, and this amount of energy is plus Q because it is absorbed from the system, and after absorbing heat it will work a certain amount, that is W. So when W amount of work is done, then it is known as the, after absorbing the amount of heat, the final state internal energy becomes UB. So system absorbs heat and undergoes a new energy state, that is UB, and then it works a certain amount, that is minus W, because work is done by the system to the surrounding. Now so before the change, total energy is equal to UA plus Q, and after the change, total energy is equal to UB minus W. Now from the conservation of energy rule, we know that in both the cases it must be equal, that is UA plus Q is equal to UB minus W. So just converting the sign, plus W equal to UB minus UA, that is delta U, that is the final, it is the initial, or delta U equal to Q plus W. It is the IUPAC recommended form of the first law of thermodynamics. So first law of thermodynamics, if we want to explain the first law of thermodynamics, then we have to start. Suppose a system having an internal energy UA and it undergoes some changes, that is it absorbs heat from the surrounding, and then it under the final step the internal energy becomes UB, and then some work is done by the system to the surrounding, which is W, and as we know that work is done by the system, it is minus W. So the law of conservation of energy tells that in both the cases these are equal. So equating these both two, we get the relation, that is delta U, that is changing internal energy is equal to the heat content and the work done. So it is the conservation of energy again. So it is also the first law of thermodynamics. There are some applications of the first law of thermodynamics, that means the work done on by the system for different process, that is isothermal, adiabatic one, and on the next class we will discuss on that matter. Thank you.